Alright, this is a map showcase and tutorial for my map Toybox. It is a toy themed map where you are a tiny soldier, Spartan soldier, in a giant kitchen. Or a regular sized one, you got shrunk down. These are the countertops, there's the fridge, the island, the stove, we'll go up there in a second. And right away we have our two checkpoints. Here's the first one, leading up there, and the second one which shoots you all the way through that arch. Alright, let's go. First jump, pretty simple. Up to the blocks, and here's our second jump. But the one thing about my maps that I do a little bit differently than some people's, I add a little Easter egg on them. So the first one is actually right here. I'm only going to show you the first one, but I'll let y'all find the rest. This is the first soda can. They're all soda cans, by the way. So if you come back up here, we'll jump over here. And we are introduced to a new obstacle, which is known as the jacks. So we'll touch one of these.
Suicide.
And we die. So you don't want to touch those. So we're going to avoid the jacks for now. And here's our first kind of major obstacle, which is, I've dubbed it the flipper. It just kind of flips back and forth. This gives a lot of people trouble, actually. One of their first major challenges of this map. But really the best way to grab this thing is just by sustaining at the right height. So if you get a good jump in and you sustain, you can grab it pretty simple. Over here we have more jacks. Obviously you don't want to touch them because they are spiky. And so there's a little gap in between here, so we're going to want to jump in between that. And now we have another jump here around the jacks onto this angled block. Come over here and we'll be at our first wall jump. So this is a wall jump that's pretty simple for the most part. It's not meant to really kill you, because you can just fall back down. So the idea is to jump on and then jump off. So, like that. Because if you stand on it for too long, you either fall off, or you stand on it and then fall off. Depends on how it's angled. And here we have two wall jumps, so we got introduced to the first one. So, see if I can get this. Two, there we go. Over the jacks. So that's pretty much a wall jump in a nutshell. You come up here, and we are now over the arch. And you can see most of the level, the bottom half of the level from here. If we run this way, we'll end up on the stovetop. So there's these little gravity zone here that'll shoot you up to that fire, which is something you want to avoid. So we're gonna grab the sledge instead. Now we're up here, and there's not too much up here aside from the fire. But we do have this knob. Oh, well. We had that knob there a second ago, and then I got burned. But, yeah, you want to avoid that fire. Jump over here. Back up the lift. Make sure you're clear of the void. And jump onto this knob here. And then now you're on the stovetop. So basically, once you get up here, you're almost to the checkpoint. So you got to avoid all this fire, obviously, and the red is dead, so you don't want to touch that. So let's go this way. Once again, more fire, you want to avoid that. Though I don't do a great job at saying that. There's the radio. It actually works, it actually plays music. Go over here, to this block, get a nice run, and then we'll jump onto this one. And then we need to jump on that block there. It's actually on fire. Not the best level design because you see all this fire here and you're thinking you need to avoid fire. But you actually need to jump onto that block, so let's see if I can get a boost. Jump on, avoid the fire, and ground pound in between. Then you come down here to this end of the block, and you want to grab this platform and crouch into that. So jump, jump, crouch, and you slide right in. And meanwhile avoiding all the fire. And that's pretty much the checkpoint. Jump down here, and here you are, first checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
So that opens up this area down here, so we'll go try it out. There, now we get back up here. Alright. Let's go this way, avoid the jacks. Best as you can, because if you touch them, you die. And for this one we need to squeeze in between this little gap here. Let's try that. Just like there. You always want to level your screen in between where they are, so sustaining your fall is pretty useful for that. And now we have the triple wall jumps over the jacks. It seems pretty crazy, but it's actually not too hard. Just get a 1, 2, 3, 4. Boost over. You can wrap around it on the side if you sustain. Kind of like this. If you want, that can work too. But I prefer just to jump over it, boost over it. Right now we're at the sink. A little leaky, but that's fine. This is basically just kind of a precision jump, so you want to kind of land on that and the edge over there, so like that. And avoid the jacks. And once again, don't touch the countertop table, you will die. So let's keep going up there. Stay on the blocks, jump over the jacks. And here we have the Beer-Pong Jump. So you want to jump on these, and I usually jump on the first one, then I grab the second one. I usually go in when they go back down. That's when I time it, so like right about now I go. So let's try that. 1, stay, grab, oh, that didn't work. That's fine, that's fine. Alright, let's try this again. So I think I need to sustain a little bit longer to get this jump just right. So, now... Oh.
Suicide.
Dang, that one's getting me. I never fail anything 3 times. It's never been done before. Oh, just like that. You want to kind of level the ping pong ball and boost into it. So now we're on the Jenga Tower. From here, I'll actually show you a little secret that's unique to this map. So if you get to the top of the Jenga Tower, which is what you're supposed to do, you can actually fall down in these little creases. If you go all the way to the bottom and then you turn this way, walk forward, you'll be on top of the toy box. You get a good view of the map. Little secret. Pretty nice. You go back out. You climb out. And now we're back on top. So now we're on the fridge. So you want to jump up to this magnet here. And jump up here. Now we need to jump over the jacks. We're going to boost over and sustain. Maybe do a ground pound if you have to. And now we're at the Hot Wheels track. So once you land on this track here, you'll slide down automatically. So you won't have any control over it. And you'll have to jump over those jacks there. And then boost off onto the next platform. And then jump to the block there before hitting the jacks. So let's try that. So jump. Sometimes that gets you stuck. Most of the time it works. Like that. There we go. Now we're on the island. So once again, don't touch the floor. Stay on the blocks. And here we are at the second checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
So let's go try it out.
Suicide.
Alright. Shoot. There we go. So now we're at the final part. So from here we need to do a wall jump into a crouch jump. Crouch right in there, so let's try that. Wall jump and crouch. And now we're at another flipper. So you want to time your jump here. Make sure you don't hit it. So right now, grab this, avoid the jacks. Now we're on the dice. And for this part, you want to time your jump as this thing's going up and grab it. So let's try that. Like that. And pretty much do the exact same thing for this. Over the jacks. And now we're up here. You get a good view of the map. The whole bottom section. The island, bridge. And there's the end right there. So you're going to get a good run start. Boost, sustain, ground pound, boost again, grab. And there you go. That's the end.
Goal.
Yep, that's Toybox. And yep, that's the map.